Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Now, in a recent survey published online, it found out that 69% of the 7.2 million females questioned all agreed that multicam black made a male 100% more attractive. I mean, I read it online, so it has to be true. I mean, I might have put the survey out there, but I mean, if you read it online, it has to be true. Fact. That's how the internet works. What we're here today to look at is the Dendrite from Vanquest in multicam black. Now, I just need to clarify, mainly because there are two versions of this. I suppose if you're looking at different colours, there's several versions of it, but strictly speaking, as far as SKUs are concerned, there are two versions. There is the smaller one and there is the larger one. The version that we're looking at here today is the larger one. All of the materials that are as part of this that we'll have a look at are identical. A lot of the features that are inside are identical. The difference is that one is slightly scaled down and one is slightly larger. So if you're umming and ahhing over versions on which one to get, mainly it just comes down to how much you'd like to carry. I generally carry a little bit too much, and luckily companies like Vanquest really enable me to keep carrying too much with larger packs like this. But yes, as far as features wise and the bits that you can do with them, they're pretty much the same. They're just differences in sizes. Now, as we usually do, we'll have a look at some sizes, which will link in perfectly to that bit. We'll have a look at some materials, and then we'll go through the actual features of the bag itself. As this is a US company, I thought we'd do it in old-fashioned inches today. This comes in at 12 inches across by 8 inches down and is roughly an inch deep. As you can probably imagine, it's an inch deep when there's nothing in it. I've got a kind of regular style carry in here today. I was out last weekend with this and actually I did a couple of things just to kind of show some bits, but this is kind of a regular carry for me. I do prefer larger bags. As I mentioned, I do carry a little bit more than I probably should do, but it's the EDC game. We all probably carry a little bit more than we should do. But I also, apologies, I have a slight frog in my throat. So if I have to clear my throat today, then I do apologise about that. But yes, 12 by 8 by 1. The materials on this, everything is absolutely high end. It's one of the things that I've grown to absolutely love and respect about Vanquest products, and that is they don't scrimp and save when it comes to materials. The main material on the outside, this is what they call, I think it's called Urban Blend, which is a nylon poly blend. It's a 400D. So with that, you're getting a good tough material, but with the balance of the nylon and the poly, it's also reasonably light as well. So I quite like that blend. All of the zips on here, so the zip on the front here, there's also a hidden one here at the back. These are all YKK zips, buttery smooth. They also have on the main compartment here, keep mine just to the left there. I say buttery smooth as I struggle to get it around the corner, but it's always tough when you're trying to pull two at the same time. You have these really nice pulls on here, so these are the Vanquest pulls, but I guess if you want to take these off, then you can do, and you can put your own on here as well. The eyelets, or at least the zipper pulls onto the main section, have eyelets on there. If you're traveling with this, if you're wanting to do some city breaks, that sort of stuff, and you want to close that with a lock or something, then you can do that as well. And then there is a hidden one around the back here, which we'll have a look at that. All of the webbing on here, webbing is really nice. I know one of the things that people worry about crossbody bags like this, especially in the summer, is just these kind of wearing on your neck if you're wearing a t-shirt. This is that really nice seat belt webbing. I think it's about 1.5 inches. I'm pretty sure it's 1.5 inches. Very, very nice. All of your buckles, these are all Duraflex buckles, which are awesome. And then here on the right hand side, you've got your little Cordura thing, because it's the Cordura Urban Blend. Everything super high end. There is something nice on the inside, but we'll get to that bit when we get to it. Available as far as colours are concerned, there are a few different colours with this. There's a black and a blue. Oh, I want to say there's a grey. I'll have to double check that. And then, of course, to add to the sexiness and appeal of this, it also comes in multicam black, which is really nice. If I could offer any extra advice, from the survey that was done, 69% of the 7.2 million females said that multicam black made men 100%, males 100% more attractive. 100% of females questioned said that tiger stripe was, you know, helped as well. So just some advice. Anyway, I did that weird kind of Joe Biden whisper thing. So to go through the features now, I'll consider, or I can class this as a one compartment style bag. However, there are a few additional kind of extra pockets on here. The main compartment, but you do have a quick access pocket here on the front. There is a small garage, so if you did want to push the zip into here, then you can do, which certainly helps with city breaks, you know, people trying to get things out. But it's also a smaller zip, which is a bit of a fiddle and a bit of a faff, and it's kind of tricky to get to whilst wearing gloves. However, I feel the positives of this being smaller, so that if people are trying to get into it, far outweigh some of the negatives of just being able to get it. Plus, if you wanted to, you can add a zipper toggle kind of thing to this. So this front pocket goes all the way across, so you got that full 12 inches, and it uses this full area because it does lift up into the top here. So if you want to get larger items into there, then you can do. And here is that really nice high-vis lining. I think 2023 probably was the year of high-vis lining, and I think that Vanquest really was one of the leaders in that. But you have this really nice ripstop high-vis lining in there. So I've got a couple of items. I've got my Burt's Bees, because we all get sore lips. Let's normalise men talking about sore lips. I've got my lens key, and also a quick little kind of comb. When you're an internet celebrity like myself, you're often asked whilst out and about for selfies. You need to do your tash. The foot feet photos are a little bit more awkward, but I'm always happy to help out fans of the channel. Then we have the main compartment. So this is, I know we talked about the kind of that inch as far as the depth is concerned. The front one's really more of a slip pocket for putting things into. You can keep your mobile phone in there, which is great. But this is the main compartment. I'd say is probably using 98% of the full kind of volume of the bag. And on the inside here, we have a lot more of that really nice high-vis lining, plus plenty of organisation. So I'm just going to try and open this like this so that we can see into here better. So this is I'm going to call this the front panel, mainly because this is the front, which looks directly towards you whilst I'm wearing it. So there is a loop here. Now I forgot to mention, so there is also another loop similar to this on that front quick access pocket. So if you did want to clip your car keys into that section or use that loop that's within there, then of course you can do that here as well. And then you also have a similar loop here. Then behind or lower to that, there is a mesh pocket for you to be able to pop your things into. I carry a 10,000 milliamp hour battery in here, and I've also got a cable so that if I need to charge my phone, I can charge my phone when I'm out. That again uses this full size across the front, so if you need to put longer items or you need to put more items into there, you certainly can do without any issues. On the back section, I'm calling this the back section because this is the back and this is the bit that I hold against me whilst wearing it. So I have I have my batteries, my spare batteries for my camera, and then there's some additional organisation here at the back. So you have 3 slip pockets. You have a large slip pocket here across the back, and then you have two smaller slip pockets here. So I have a lighter in here. I have one of these little micro pouches, which are really cool. I have made some content on this. I'll leave a link to that. And then I also have my Olight Clip Pro in there, which fits really well. Hopefully you'll be able to see, so all of the areas that are high wear areas have these really nice reinforced parts, and that goes throughout all of this. All on the inside here, you have a lot of reinforcement on high wear and seamed areas. And then I mentioned, so you have these two smaller compartments here, or these two. Let's get this at the right angle. You have these two smaller ones here. Then behind here you have a larger pocket. Now the back of this is hook and loop lined. I guess if you wanted to, you could put one of those, I believe people refer to them as hole punchers. I think that's the right terminology for them. So if you wanted to CCW a hole puncher across the back here, you can do. And plus it is quilted here at the back, so these sewn lines have been put into here. So if you have a holster for your hole puncher, it won't separate from the back of the pack when you're trying to punch some holes, I guess you'd say. The last little bit on here is you do have a key stay. I keep mine in the back here just to keep my keys separate from everything else. And that's the main compartment. Now it's a very good size. As I mentioned, I do tend to carry quite a bit, probably no more than some of you, I know for sure. But there's plenty of room in there, not just for your essentials. I'd say the smaller version of this is great for your essentials, but the larger version of this, you can fit your essentials and so much more into there. Now there is a second quick access pocket, and that is here on the back behind this seam here. So opening this up, now I didn't actually put my phone in here, but this is more high-vis lining in here. But if you're out doing city breaks, this is perfect for keeping your mobile phone, maybe your wallet in here, because this is the bit that will be, this is the part that's against you. Even if it's at the back here, it's a struggle to discreetly try to get into that pocket. Some of the other ones, you know, I say this a lot, situational awareness is the most important thing if you want to make sure that your valuables don't get took from you. But having a small concealable pocket like this at the back to put your mobile phone into and any other valuables is awesome. And it's clear why so many bags of this type have it in there at the back. Now we also get some pass-throughs, so if you want to attach this to another bag, if you did want to take the straps off, the straps are completely removable, so you could I don't know, however you want to wear this. Actually really quite useful if you want to just grab these instead of grabbing the handles. And also if you wanted to have these as a pass-through for a larger belt, so instead you take this strap off and then you have your belt pass-through here, so you can have it on whichever side you want to put it, then you can use those there as well. The webbing is the same, it's all the same webbing. The webbing here is that 1.5 inch webbing, whereas these pass-throughs here on the back, this is just your 1 inch webbing, but it is still the really nice high-end seatbelt webbing. There is some extra bits here on the side, so if you want to be able to pass something through here, I know I mentioned this in a previous piece of content, but I find these are really useful for walking the dogs. Rather than having one of those extendable leads, I have a lead that I made myself from some old climbing rope. So when Norman's off running around chasing squirrels and stuff that he usually does, I'll just fold that a couple of times and I can pass it through here. So if I need to be able to take it out, I can just pull it, grab Norman, and he's probably chasing rabbits. But yeah, super useful for that sort of stuff. Now getting on to the actual strap itself, as I mentioned, this is fully removable, and I doff my cap to Vanquest for doing that, mainly because it helps for left-handed people. Now I'm not left-handed, strictly speaking. I was dropped too many times as a child and my brain decided not to work. Some things I do left-handed, some things I do right-handed, but I'm not ambidextrous. That's why it gets a bit weird. But for me, when this comes, it comes in, let's call this the right-handed normal way to do it. Probably just offended too many left-handed people there. But when I pull this round, if I want to unbuckle this, I can do this because I wear this kind of left-handed. But if you wanted to do it the other way, which feels so weird trying to put it on, then the buckle usually would, or it comes standard just here so that you can undo it that way. But I do appreciate the fact that you can take it off and you can swap it round. The buckle on here is a really nice 1.5 inch buckle. Duraflex always has that really nice kind of click as it goes in. Excellent. And they're also Vanquest branded, which I think is really nice as well. I will say though, if you do swap it so that it's kind of left hand orientated, it's just upside down. But I think if you're left-handed, you're used to things just kind of being cack-handed anyway, but it's a nice little feature. Plenty of strap on this as well. Let's see how wide we can get this. I've got, what am I? I'm at kind of a 46-48 inch chest. Having this round me now is pretty much like a shoulder bag rather than a crossbody bag. But I will leave the exact measurements of how wide you can get this, because I know some people do like to know that sort of stuff. But wearing this, I probably shouldn't have done this first, should I? That was a silly move, Randy. Let's put this back quickly to how I usually wear it. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves while I do this, people. So, how I usually wear this is crossbody, and it works perfectly. It fits perfectly. I mean, it will fit perfectly anyway because, you know, you can lengthen and shorten the strap. Having this so that it's here now, if I did need to take it off quickly, then I can do. Bringing this to the front, it sits roughly where I prefer to have them, just kind of roughly just below the nipples, kind of about the sternum area, which again, hopefully that makes sense. If you want to though, you can still wear this as a waist bag. I haven't. I have a few other bags that I've been annoying my daughters wearing as a waist bag, so this one I've just been wearing crossbody. I talk about this a lot, and I have done with some other bags, and it's strange to talk about geometry when it comes to these bags. The geometry for this is chef's kiss. More bags need to be like this, and by that, so I've got quite a bit in here. The geometry of this is the straps come out across the top of the bag, here and here, rather than coming more from a central point. So just holding this, I'm holding this on the actual strap itself, and hopefully you'll see that as far as the rotation of the bag is, that's a terrible angle, is concerned, there is little to no rotation. So whilst wearing this, even when you've got quite a lot in it, it's not forcing itself to roll over. So when you're walking around, doing what you want to do, talking to folk, hi, yes, oh yeah, no, I can't sign your breasts here, sorry, my wife. That, you know, the normal stuff that everybody does. It just sits. And it's a simple thing to ask from a bag for it to just sit, and it does. It just sits there perfectly. Whether it's on the front, whether it's on the side, or whether it's at the back. One of the other things that I do really like about bags like this is if you're in an area of the world where you're concerned about getting out of a vehicle quickly for whatever reason that you may need to, these bags are great. You can keep your valuables in here, you can drive around, even have your seat belt on. Sometimes you just have to move it down ever so slightly so that it doesn't interfere with your seat belt, or whichever way your seat belt's orientated, whichever part of the world that you're in. Just moving it to the side, you can still drive, you can still operate your vehicle quickly. If you need to decant from the car and whatever it is you need to do, these are perfect and worth their weight in gold. The second one is that I talk about a lot is traveling and city breaks. These are amazing for those sort of things too. If you wanted to, if you have a large coat, you can still wear a coat like over this, move it around into your armpit, and all you'll be able to see is this strap if you haven't got your coat closed. They're still reasonably low profile, but keeping your keys in a bag, or keys, valuables, wallet, your phone, all of that sort of stuff. Pickpockets in a lot of European cities around the world, know what they're doing when it comes to pockets and large bags of being able to get into them. Smaller bags like this, when they're worn on the front, they have to get into this area, and it's another great way of being able to protect your valuables. Now, do I like this bag? Yes, I freaking love this bag. There's a lot of people that have a lot of love for this bag. Get online. I'm sure you're probably looking online now anyway, just to kind of see what people's opinions are of these. It's surpassed everything. Is there anything that I would change about it? Because I always try to think if there's anything that I would change. The only thing that I could think, and this is a small point, is maybe if they put some lashing points or some tie downs on the bottom. I don't think that would add an extra weight excessively to the bag. I don't think it would be that much more to manufacture. I'm not a manufacturer, so I mean that's just a pure guess. But for city breaks, or maybe if you're out in the countryside like this, if you've got a light jacket, you want to just strap it to the bottom, that would be nice. But at this point, I'm trying to pick faults with a pack that I really can't pick any faults with. This is an absolutely amazing bag, and if you're thinking of picking one up, I highly recommend it. Now, this is perfectly timed. I've not been asked to do this. However, I did notice while I was thumbing through my emails last night, that Vanquest did just send out an email. If you're part of their newsletter, I think there's up to 70, no, sorry, I'll take that back. It was 40. I don't know why I said 70. If you check, they do have up to 40% off sale on the website at the moment. So if you're thinking of picking one up over the Christmas period, it's probably a good time to pick one up. But yeah, like I say, they didn't ask me to say that, but I just noticed it and thought if you can save some money on this, then you can do. I think as far as these, were they 68? I think that's why I got 70 in my head, because I was thinking of roughly about $70, which I think for the price is an absolute steal. Okay. Now I do want to say a huge thank you. Vanquest did send this to me. I have an awesome relationship with Vanquest. They haven't paid me to review this favourably. Everything that I've said today, these are my own opinions, and I genuinely do like this. They've not greased my palm with silver and forced me to say this. They're a really nice company. I've enjoyed working with them, especially through 2024, and I look forward to 2025 and beyond. So of course I'll leave some of their links below so that you can see more from them. I forgot to mention at the beginning of this, it's Christmas Day. This is going out on Christmas Day. If you're the type that celebrates Christmas, I wish you all a happy and Merry Christmas. If you're not the type that celebrates Christmas, but you're in an area of the world that does, I think we can all agree it's an amazing time of year to just spend with your friends and family, whether you do celebrate it or not. So either way, I hope you all have a great time. 2024 has been an awesome year here on Moorlander EDC, and I want to thank every single one of you for watching and supporting me through 2024. Back to Vanquest, I'll leave those links below. I'll leave some of my social media links below so that you can see more from me here on Moorlander EDC and my sister channel, Moorlander Tactical. And whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. Hi, I'm the Moorlander, and this is Moorlander EDC. Now, in a recent Stublish 1.6 million females questioned, 38% of them agreed that once you've gone black, you'll never go back to regular multicam, because multicam black is better than regular multicam, is where I was heading with. 73.4% of the 1.8 trillion females all agreed that multicam black is more important than penis length. Certainly if penis length is an issue. Hi, I'm the Moorlander, and this is Moorlander EDC. In a recent survey, 69% of females... black made males 100% more good looking, more handsome, more virile. It just got something stirring in the loins. Here we have some beautiful, calm yourself, here we have some beautiful multicam black. And what we are here today to look at is the dendrite. And this is Moorlander EDC. In a recent survey online, 99.9% of cat owners said they don't care about multicam black, they're all pricks. That was it. Recent study online, 69% of the 7.2 million females questioned all said that multicam black adds at least 3.2 inches to every male's appendage. 69% of the 1.8 billion females questioned all said that multicam black drops at least 3 shirt sizes off a male. 72% of the 1.8 trillion females questioned all said they would happily send any man wearing multicam black free feet photos. That's a huge advantage if you're into that sort of thing, of course, but you know, 89.4% of the 16.8 trillion females questioned all agreed that multicam black is husband material. Well, hopefully, as long as the prenup goes through properly. It's great. And I should have checked the battery before I started. Shall we change the battery, children? Shall we? Let's change the battery, shall we?